Of the many ways to cook sweet potatoes, one of our favorites is glazed with fresh tarragon as a surprise flavor element. This method can also be used for fresh garden carrots, butternut squash, or pumpkin. Glazed sweet potato with tarragon. Hey everybody, it's Walter from Artistic Gourmet Adventures. My wife Kim and I own this unique small group tour company where we host groups of 6 to 12 guests for one-week luxury adventures in beautiful locations throughout Europe and the United States. I have the privilege of being the adventure chef, creating and preparing daily gourmet meals for our guests. We also enjoy creating in-home private dinners for clients and friends when we're back in the States. Many of our guests request our recipes and want to learn cooking tips. So, in this video series, from our cozy home kitchen here in the beautiful Loire Valley of France, we will demonstrate a wide variety of recipes, from culinary classics to originals, as well as covering professional kitchen techniques for the home chef. For more information on Artistic Gourmet Adventures, check our website, linked in the description below. Now, let's start cooking! So our ingredients for our glazed sweet potatoes with tarragon are we've got some sweet potatoes that we've cubed, a little bit of brown sugar, and we'll add a little bit of salt and pepper, and we've got a little bit of butter, and we've got our tarragon. Before we get started with glazing our sweet potatoes, I'm just going to show you what's called a cartouche. And a cartouche is basically something you use like you would use the lid of a pan, but what this will allow is the steam to escape while keeping the moisture in. Because it's parchment paper, it works that way. So the way to do that is to grab a piece of paper about the size of your pan, and you're going to fold that in half, about like so, and fold it again. And where the point is, we're just going to make a little fold there and a little fold there, kind of like when you made paper planes. And now what we'll do is we'll take the point, put it right in the center of our pot, and where that comes to the edge is where we're going to cut this, and that leaves a piece of parchment that will serve as a lid, and it's the same diameter as your pan. So that's the first thing we'll do. So to get started with our sweet potatoes, let's go ahead and put those in we're going to put those in a pan, and we'll cover with water. Oh, I say cover. We're going to do about 3/4 of the way with water, just to get the process started. Okay. Maybe add just a little bit more water to that. That's good. Okay. We can sprinkle in a little bit of our brown sugar. A little of that. And a little bit of salt. And I'm using the regular sea salt, the coarse kosher salt or sea salt with this, because we are cooking boiling in water, and that'll help it break down. And then let's season a little bit with a little bit of black pepper and our butter. This is what's going to cause our glaze, and we'll put our tarragon inside. So we'll turn that on, and we're going to bring it to a boil. And once that comes to a boil, we'll cover it with our cartouche and we'll let it simmer. Our water has come to a low boil, and now we'll just turn the heat down just a little bit. We'll cover with our cartouche, and we'll let this go, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. Our potatoes have been going now probably 10 minutes or so, and so I just wanted to kind of test them, and they are getting pretty soft. And so a lot of times this step you just have to determine based on the age of your potatoes, how firm they are and that kind of thing. but it's probably a good idea to go in and just turn them over one time so they don't get so soft on one side and not on the other side. And then once you get those turned over, you can put your cartouche back on and let them go for a few more minutes. We've given it another 7 minutes or so, and since the first time it took about 10 minutes and they were getting a little bit soft, I decided let's just go ahead and take our cartouche off here after about 7 minutes with the other side. And yes, they are looking a bit soft. That's good, that's what we want. So now the process is that we just want to boil the excess water out. And sometimes, you know, depending on how soft your potatoes are, you may want to actually just go ahead and take some of the water out. So we'll do that. We'll take a little bit of the water out. We don't want to sacrifice too much of our butter for the glaze, or butter water. But the goal at this point is to really evaporate as much of the water as possible, and still leaving plenty of the butter to glaze our potatoes. Most of our water has evaporated now, and now let's just toss them around a little bit, and hopefully we haven't gotten them too soft. But we really want to let a lot of the water go out and give us the glaze that we're going for. And to do that, we've got the heat turned up on fairly high, and that should help us evaporate the water without overcooking our sweet potatoes. All right, as you can see, our glaze our liquid is quite well evaporated, and it's kind of syrupy. I'm not sure how well you can see it there, but you've turned that water into kind of a syrup there. So we can toss it one more time, and I think we're done there. And now we can just take everything out into our pan. And remove the tarragon. And if you have any more glaze left over, you could always just add that into there. But that is it for our glazed sweet potatoes. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more, give us a thumbs up below and hit that subscribe button. It's free. And ring the bell if you want to be notified as soon as we release a new video. Also, let us know in the comments if you have any special recipe requests. We really appreciate you tuning in. See you next time. That is as big as your skillet.